Hello, Libra. So Libra, we're going to start with a card from the Woodland Wardens Oracle Deck. And we have the Coyote and Datura. I sure hope that I pronounced that right. The key word for this is deceit. So you're going to want to pay attention this month because there may be something going on where you're not being treated with full genuineness. It may also be a self-deceit thing, so we'll see what the runes have to say. But somewhere in this month, unfortunately, there may be a situation where you're dealing with some deceit, whether it's self-deceit or whether it's somebody from outside who is trying to deceive you, whether intentionally or whether good intentionally or malicious intentionally. Because sometimes you are going to get that where you're going to get someone who cares very much about you and who is not being entirely forthright with you because they want to protect you or because they don't want a blow up, things like that. But either way, there is going to be a situation, Libra, this month where there may not be as much open upfrontness as you would like. And I know that you really would like that because goodness knows you're the scales. And you can probably tell when somebody is not being entirely truthful very easily. So there is that situation this month. Let's see what is recommended for dealing with that. One main thing is it looks like it's front and center. So what is happening whether it's you who is trying to deceive yourself, like everything's fine when everything is not fine, or whether there is an element of deceit in your orbit where you need to address that. Either way, it's an emergency. We have Nauthiz reversed. Nauthiz is the rune of need. It always means tend your needs, but when it's reversed, it is an absolute emergency. It means drop everything and deal with this because this has to be fixed. Leading up to this, something hasn't been moving forward. We have Avaz reversed. Avaz is the horse. The horse has to do with movement, also spirit, but really I'm seeing this more in terms of what it's talking about with movement. Something hasn't been moving forward the way that it needs to, and this is leading to this emergency that you need to deal with right now, which may have to do with something that isn't being entirely truthful or something that you haven't, that's sort of set up in a way that it's not showing what's really going on. Either way, that needs to be dealt with immediately. Drop everything and deal with that. What is going to help you is we have Berkana and we have Rydha reversed. So Berkana is the rune of the birch tree and birth and new beginnings. Really, you want to look at situations, and maybe if this is going on, go, okay, we're going to start fresh and have a fresh look at this and see what we have. I'm laughing because I'm not laughing out loud, but I was sort of inwardly laughing because in the younger Futhark, Biarkan is one of the meanings of it is the lies that we tell to get luck in the short term. So this is the Elder Futhark. I'm not going to read with that element, but it does tie in with the deceit aspect. We're going to start fresh. We're going to say, okay, you know what? Time out. Let's start fresh. Let's get a fresh situation. Fresh eyes on this situation. Basically start over a thing so that you can look at every part of it and make sure everything is working properly, kind of thing. And this will lead you to, we have Rydha reversed. Rydha is the rune of the journey. On the upper line, it's basically saying you're going to want to stop the journey for now while you do this. Once you're saying, okay, we're going to start fresh. Let's get new eyes on this. Let's get some fresh eyes on this. And then we're going to pause this journey that you're on while you're doing this, because this is how you're going to find it. It's like if you're, I don't knit. What's a good example for me that would make sense to me? Like if I'm latch hooking, if I'm doing a latch hook rug and I'm like, something isn't right. This line isn't progressed. The one underneath it doesn't look like where it should be. The one on top of it should have a different color underneath it. And then you have to go back to that line and take the page that you're working from, the little legend map, and count and look at what color everything is, and then you're going to hit the one that's wrong. You're going to hit the one that maybe you missed or that you overdid, and you're going to go, aha, that's where I need to fix it. And you're going to basically quickly undo everything up back to that point and then re-go. Re-go is my new word for this. I just made up. Anyway, so it's that kind of thing. It's going to be a situation where it's like stop everything, time out, stop the presses, and then basically put the journey on hold while we restart this little bit and make sure that everything is in order and everything is on the up and up. So what isn't going to help is, in this situation, you may be worried about lack of support, and you may be worried about like lack of forward drive and lack of duties and responsibilities being handled. So we have Algiz reversed and we have Tivaz reversed. Algiz is the rune of protection and support. It's the elk, otherwise known as the moose. You may be a bit worried, like this might not necessarily be, but this is what's worrying you, and this might be keeping you from addressing this. So this is where the self-deceit might be coming into play, where you're worried about facing this because if you face it, then you might find out that you're not as supported as you would like to, and Tivaz being Tears rune, Tears the warrior god, has to do with duties and responsibilities. You may be worried about lack of support and lack of duties and responsibilities being taken care of. You don't want to find that, but you got to face it. You got to see what's going on. So try not to let this drag you down. Take a deep breath. Say, okay, we have an emergency here. We need to start over and pause this journey and see what's going on so that we can see what's gone on, why things are now an emergency. And the good news is, by the end of the month, we have Uruz. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health and solidness and groundedness, and you're going to be feeling very strong by the end of the month. So this is not something that's going to take that long, but it has to be done because it's where you're going to weed out what's been going wrong, whether it's an intentional or unintentional deceit going on by something hasn't been entirely truthful, something's not entirely clear. You're going to sort that out, and you are going to sort that out because by the end of the month, everything is going to be very strong, very healthy, and very grounded. So that's good news. I wish you all the best with that, Libra. That's your reading for April 2023. I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.